Rule number 1 about a parallelogram. Opposite sides of a parallelogram are congruent. So this equals this, and this equals that. Everybody understand what that means? The next one says opposite angles in a parallelogram are what?
Are congruent.
What does congruent mean? They measure the same. So this equals this, and this equals that. So if they give you the measurement of D, you know the measurement of B because they're the same, right?
Yeah.
So that's the second rule. The third rule, consecutive angles in a parallelogram are supplementary. What does that mean? So if it says a consecutive is one right after another. So this guy here and this guy here add up to 180. Angle A plus angle B equals 180, the measurement, right? You can put little m's here. And the measurement of B and C is 180, and C and D is 180, and D and A is 180. Anything right one after another adds up to 180. So if they give you information about two angles that are right next to each other, they add up to 180. Got it? And the last rule says if a parallelogram has one right angle, it has four right angles. It means it's a rectangle. So if I draw this like this, and I know it's a parallelogram, if I know it's a parallelogram, this side's equal to this side, that side's equal to that side, this angle right here is right? Well, we know if it's a parallelogram, this angle here is right, correct? Because opposite angles are equal. And we know that consecutive angles have to add up to 180. So 90 plus what is 180? Another 90. So that's why this one has to be a right angle, and the other one has to be a right angle. So the rule says if you got one right angle in a parallelogram, you got four. If these two angles are consecutive, we know they are supplementary, which means they add up to 180. So it's x plus 85 equals 180. Subtract 85 and you should get x equals 95 degrees. Everybody get that? They give you opposite sides, you go look at your sheet and say, what do I know about opposite sides? Oh, they're congruent. That means that x has to be equal to the same thing as y. On your picture, they have question marks. You can change them to x's, or you can just write in the answer where it goes, okay? But make it clear so I know where to look for the answer. I know those are two consecutive angles, so I know they're supplementary. So I say, oh, well then when I add them up together, it equals 180, right? And that's what the rule tells me. What you set up is very important. If you make them equal to each other, you're going to get a value for x, but it won't be the right value. So what you set up is very important. So now I got 126 plus 27x equals 180. When I subtract 126 from both sides, I get, what, 54?
Yes.
And x equals 2 when I divide by 27. So here I know the two sides are equal. I make the two equal to each other. I find that x equals 6 right here, and then I plug it into FG to find FG, and that would be 18.